Well, I'm gonna need my glasses for this one. Hey everyone, Rick from Rick's RC and More. This is it's going to be a little introduction video of something new. I picked this guy up about a day ago. Went to one of my local hobby shops. I said in a previous video I was eyeballing these guys up. This is the Axial SCX 30, 130 scale. I use my cell phone for filming, but you can see the size of it here. Regular sized iPhone, this thing will actually sit right on. All four wheels will sit on it. I picked up the green. I was eyeballing the white. I really like the blacked out rims on the white one, but ended up picking up the green one. I think it says they feel like dampened shocks. So I don't know if there's just an O-ring in there or if there's actually a fluid in them. LED lights front and rear. Very tiny little package. Definitely doesn't have the bounce like the SCX 24s have. It came with spare parts. Well, in the sense it comes with a different style fender flares, and then if you want to take a lot of this stuff off, it comes with a bunch of little plastic filler pieces. So these are hard body, pretty good articulation for a little thing. The body's a little bit of a pain to get off. When I first went to take the body off, I thought for sure I was gonna break something. The headlights stay on the chassis, and the LEDs for the taillights stay on the chassis. It's all plastic chassis, 4-link. It's all worm gear driven. It's got the 88 turn motor. I believe it's the same motor that's in the 24s. So capable little crawler. It's got some really good. It's got good wheel speed, but it's got really good torque. I've been playing around with it around the house. What I really like about this over the SCX 24s is there's actually the on-off button is on the chassis on the bottom. Hitting that, I don't know, you got to hold it for a little bit to shut it off. So once you turn it on, it shouldn't be an issue. But it makes it just a little more user friendly. Putting the body back on is as simple as that. Comes with kind of a smaller style Spectrum radio. I'll turn it on here. Oh, maybe I unplugged the battery. I did. I had the battery unplugged. It is a little tight getting the battery plugged in and unplugged if you got big hands and big fingers. All right, let's try this again. It's got some nice bright LEDs, LED taillights. It's got pretty good wheel speed for for the size of it. Pretty decent control. The tires feel like they definitely got a foam in there, but they are good and squishy, glued. I didn't take anything apart on it. I usually don't take things right apart. If I were to do some upgrades or something, but I think I'm just going to keep this guy bone stock as it is. I put some upgrades on the 24s I had, and I ended up selling them. And as I said before, it's not like you ever really make money selling RCs used. But definitely, it's great for around the house. I find this a little bit more fun around the house than the 24s, just because the smaller the size, the less capable at the same time. Much easier to make up a little course. You can use just about anything. You know, you even lay a keyboard, you know, on your desk. You could drive over your keyboard, over your mouse, stuff like that with it. Hard body. Tinted windows, but you can see if you wanted to try to put an interior into it. Even the little plastic door handles are on this body, this hard body. You got your mirrors, your lights up top here. Straighten those out. A very tiny package, and very tiny little diffs. The drivetrain it's a little noisy, as you heard when I was driving it around. Axial on these, even with the 24s, they use worm gears. The 24s have worm gears in the diffs. This, I believe, is worm gears in the diffs, but I'm pretty sure there's also worm gears here in this transmission. I think there's some gears here, and then there's a worm gear to give that final drive, that 90 degrees out to the drive shafts. So something to tinker with around the house in the winter. It's we've been getting snow, freezing rain, then snow, and then more freezing rain up here. So it's been a little temperamental as far as the weather goes. I actually got out with the lads for a crawl. I took the SCX6 out because there's some deep snow, and it's a little more fun in the deep snow. So initial thoughts, you know, out of the box with this guy is it's a fun little rig. Great around the house. Come summertime, I might take it out to the garden and try it out there. I'm sure on a garden bed, it's probably fun to play with too. Like I said, it's really not hard at all to rig a little course up. If to give it a good look, I literally had to put my reading glasses on and look at some of the stuff. But there's all kinds of different shock mounting points too. So I haven't really played with that. Try to get this body off again. I find it a little tedious getting the body off. I feel like I'm gonna break something. And then it's just these little, I don't know if you really see them. You know, these little Lego style man hands, just clip over these. It's just a matter of getting your fingers up in the right spot if you can get them up under those fender wells. But yeah, there's you have some mounting holes, different mounting holes. Change up your suspension setup if you like. I did see they just came out just before I bought this. They came out with a K10, and it's got like a bogger style wheel on it. They're a little bit bigger. I think it said something about non-damped shocks, but I don't know if these, like I said, I'm not sure if these have oil in them, or they just put an O-ring in there to give them some dampening. They're really tiny, and I really don't want to take them apart. And there is, it said right in the instruction manual, there is a servo saver on the servo on this. XX112 is the number on the servo. So I don't know. It seems to have sufficient power, the steering servo. Turn this guy back on again. I don't know. Yeah, it does push the weight of the rig. If I put my finger next to it and turn, it does move it away. If you could see that. That would be the biggest challenge. Working on this is probably going to be all the tiny little parts. There is some Phillips hardware I am seeing. The shock mounts, that looks like it's hex in there. This is Phillips in here. And there's some Phillips there. Yeah, quite a bit of Phillips hardware. I mean, you can't really fault them for that because, I mean, it is tiny. Getting hex hardware that small is probably a little bit of a challenge. So once I get some more time on this guy, I'll probably do, I might do a little more in-depth review, but maybe not. There's all kinds of reviews of these guys online. I'm just sharing this on my channel because I picked one up. I don't get sent any of this stuff. This is all just out of my pocket. I like to pick up some of the newer stuff and just kind of give my thoughts, my views on it. The steering servo is fast. It's a pretty quick servo. And what else can we do here? Let's see. This might be too steep. It's probably just going to push it. Well, actually, quite capable little rig. And the nice thing about worm gears, worm drives like this, is the drag brake is fantastic as well. It's kind of a little, here, there's a little challenge we found here already. Let's see if we can. It's got pretty good low speed control. Oh yeah. Yeah, we can have all kinds of fun. Just grab anything. And grab just about anything off your desk, your workspace. And that motor's got lots of jam. Oh yeah. Lifting the front tire right off the ground. Oh. The accessories, as you can see, you can spin this. These do come off. I don't know, maybe it's my big hands and fingers. I was just worried about snapping stuff. I mean, everything seems to be pretty good. I've rolled this thing a few times here and there, and none of this little stuff is snapped off or broke. But once I got using it a little bit more, you maybe get a little braver on some of that. Brand new RC, you try to keep the body and all your little accessories together for a little bit. Like I said, if you want to remove these, they do come with, here, let's see. It comes with a USB charger. It's a USB, not a USB. And it does not come with a plug for your wall, but you can use just about any wall plug for probably like your cell phone, whatever, for that. It does come with a little wee hex driver, which is going to be handy. I'm not sure what size that is, whether that's 1.5. Ooh, that might be a 1. Yeah, that might be a 1 millimeter, because this one here is a 1.5. So likely a 1 millimeter. I also have this tiny little, yeah, that's a 1 millimeter there. I think that might have come with one of my SCX24s. But here's your little plugs if you want to take the accessories off. It's a little red. I wonder if that's if you take the spare tire off. Some of the Jeeps had a third brake light. And then these other fenders, they're like a kind of like a tube style fender. And that there's a cover there. Ah, yes. So this cover here, this is if you remove the spare tire. And then you can see in here, this is where the little red lens would go in for your third brake light. It comes with a little sticker sheet. Of course, it comes with a full manual, a little quick start guide as well. There's a 2-wheel drive, that's cute sticker, fear no trail, pavement, never heard of it. This is a challenge to read for me even with my glasses on. More scratches, more stories. No, not lost exploring. Air down, throttle up. That's a good one here. Throttle up. Yeah, and it comes with a bunch of little Axial symbols. There's little US plates. That looks like maybe an Alaska. The bear with a star or something. Yeah. And what are the tires on this? Let's see. I have trouble reading that too. Geolander. What's the company name on there? I don't have enough light. I can't read that. Toyo? Is it Toyos? Yokohama. That's what it says. I was guessing with the Toyos. Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably have some more videos to come of this guy. Maybe make up a little course and do a video of me driving around. Like I said, it's wouldn't be hard to make a course up for it either. Maybe out of some of that spray foam stuff or something. I mean, you could make up a good size course on if you had a 4x8 sheet of plywood, you could definitely make up a good size course for something this size. I mean, if you look at the size of the controller. Well, here let's get something a little more substantial for scale here. Okay, now I have to move my camera way back. That's the RC 4-wheel drive, the TF2. Yeah, it fits right in the box of that. I mean, I got the smaller tires right now on the TF2, and so yeah, definitely a tiny little rig. It's hard to believe that, you know, we have something that small with proportional controls. And there was I was eyeing them up a long time ago. There's a company called Orlando, and they make little 130 or 132 scale RC vehicles. And I could only get them on eBay that I could see. Nothing in the local hobby shops would carry anything for them. But they were kits you had to put together. And I can't remember. I don't think you could buy the kit on its own. I think you had to buy the electronics separately, or you could probably go with different types of electronics in it, that type of deal. But I couldn't imagine trying to build something this tiny. I'm a little struggling with that on-off switch myself here. There we go. So far with my use around it, around the house, I haven't had any issues of anything hitting that. I mean, it is kind of under the body line there. I would have liked to seen a slider right along the body line here, but there's probably going to be at one point some aftermarket stuff. I do see some screw holes right there where something could be made to mount there and run along this guy. Anyway, I'm not gonna drag this video on real long. I'm probably already running around 20 minutes, but I got this here. They're $150 plus tax, $149.99, which isn't bad for if you wanted to get into to something. If you want to get into crawling and see if you're gonna like it, $150, you could pick one of these up and play with it around the house. And if you get bored really quick and you just, you know what I mean, that's a good way to say, okay, this isn't for me. You could keep this just as a static model or just something to tinker with, take if you travel anywhere. Like I said, at work on your desk or whatever. There's a little bit of bounce to those shocks. Maybe they're not fluid filled. Maybe there's just an O-ring in there. Anyway, I diverse. It's a good way to low price point to see whether or not you're going to like crawling, as opposed to going out and buying even like a 124 say around here, around the $200, a little over $200 mark, I think. And then you get into 118th, and you know the price just goes up from there. If you get rambunctious and you pick up a 110, 110s now, like RTRs, are like $400, $500 plus dollars. So it's a cheap way to get in the hobby to see if you're going to like that aspect of it. So, everyone, get out and enjoy your RCs.